Hi guys, welcome to Firefly Yoga. So today I'm going to practice a energizing yoga sequence. So this would be great for someone who likes to go to the gym. It's going to be very strong on the arms and the legs. So before we start, I've had a lot of comments on these lovely yoga pants. They're from a company in Felsted called Designed by Sports. And if you go on their site, so you can either look on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter, when you find them, if you look at the old stock, they've got 25% off at the moment if you put in the discount code SPRINGSAL25. So have a look. So let's come over to the mat. And it's just going to be a quick sequence, but we're going to be working hard. So we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart. So just bring our hands down the side of the body and just take in a nice inhale and exhale through the nose. Whilst you're doing this, make sure you're engaging your abs and that your legs are nice and strong. So you're kind of pulling up your knees. And remember to spread your toes. So let's inhale the arms up, and then we're going to sit back into our chair posture. So make sure you can wiggle your toes. Lift your toes off of the mat, and that way you know you're sitting back in your heels. So we're going to bring the hands down, bringing the right leg back and the left leg back. So we're now into a plank position. Make sure your bottom's not up high. Equally, make sure your back's not sagging down. And we're just going to hold it here for a moment. Making sure you're breathing. Just pushing down with the hands. That's lovely. And then you're going to come back into your down facing dog. So again, if you need to move around and just get comfortable. And then we're going to walk the right leg through, the left leg through. Come back up into our chair. And now we're going to start. So hands down, right leg back. Let's come up into a high lunge. Bring the arms into T shape. So you're up high on that back toe, and now I want you to inhale, twist in towards that bent knee. So you're coming round to the left hand side, hold it here, holding the abs, come back to the centre, bringing the hands down to frame the feet, come back into your down facing dog, bring up the right leg, come forward, chaturanga, up facing dog. Back to down facing dog. Take a breath here. And then I want you to inhale your right leg through, left leg through, coming back up to your chair. Feeling the heat building in the thighs. Hands come back down this time. You want to bring back that left foot so you're staying nice and low in the legs. Arms come up to T-shape, come up high onto that toe. You come round to the sides and coming round to the right hand side now. Back to the centre. Bringing the hands back down. Coming back into your down facing dog. Lift up the left, you come forward, chaturanga, up facing dog. Down facing dog. Take a breath. And now come on to, you come back into your plank. Remember guys, if you want to do plank here, that's absolutely fine. You can do it on your knees. So we're going to come up. Now we're going to bring the right knee to elbow, come back. Left knee to elbow, come back. Right knee to nose, come back. Left knee to nose, come back. Right knee to elbow, left knee to elbow, Right knee really curl over. One more time, left side. Come back into your down facing dog. So this is a resting pose for us. Take a nice deep breath. And now I want you to bring your right leg through. Help it if you need to. Come up into our warrior one. So you want to come nice and low. Nice and low down. Strong back leg. Make sure the outside foot is attached to the mat. Hold it here. Hands into your heart center. Come up into warrior three. Bring your arms into T shape. And now, same arm to leg. I want you to come down to the mat and lift up. Come down. Lift up. That's 2. Down. That's 3. That's 4. One more. And then come back into your warrior one. Open up into warrior two. Imagine the imaginary line. Make sure your feet are on that line. Come low into your legs. Bring the arms up. Inhale, and as you exhale, just come over here. And then stay low in that leg. And come back. So you're arching back, looking under your arm. Leave the legs where they are. Coming all the way over. And all the way back. And then come off of the pose. Come back to the front edge of the mat. We're going to change sides. So I need to change legs to show you. So we come in back. So we've changed legs now. So you're up high into your warrior one, connecting that outside foot to the mat. Inhale in, you'll be nice and low in that front leg. And then hands into the heart center. You're going to come off of that back leg. Excuse me, I have to come back a little bit. So we're here. And then we bring the arms into T shape. Same arm to leg. We're going to come down and up. We're coming down and we're coming up. That's 2. We're coming down and up. That's 3. This is 4. Last time. And then that leg comes back. So you're back into your warrior one. And then we're going to open up into warrior 2. Hold it here. Imaginary line. Hips are to the side of the mat. Foot's engaged with the mat. Hands up. Inhale. And then we exhale. Coming low in the legs. Leave the legs where they are. Exhale. Come back. And we're coming back again. One more time. Come back. And then come off of the pose. Bring the foot in. And now we're going to do a balancing posture called the eagle pose. So eagle pose is very good for detoxifying. And the reason I say this is because when we're lifting our leg and we're twisting it around up high, we are compressing the lymph node in our groin, and the same for our hands. So if you can do this, you bring up your right leg, nice and high, wrap it round, all the way round, tuck your foot behind, come down. And now we're going to take the right arm underneath the left, either hands to shoulders, palms to palm, or back of hands to back of hands. You come up. Again, we're compressing the lymph node under our armpits now as well. So, you know, what a great posture this is. And then we'll come off of the pose. Let's do the other side. So let's bring up the right leg. Coming all the way round. Tuck that foot behind and sit down. Get your balance. Okay, so we're compressing the groin. We're taking the left arm underneath the right, lift up. Hold it here. Try and find a focus point, your drishti. This is good. And always find your comfort zone in any posture. You never want to feel tension. You can breathe into the tension and then exhale and come a little deeper into the pose, but we never want to feel any pain. So let's come down into the Hindi squat. So I'm going to show you from a side view. So the Hindi squat, I guess for me, I'm taking my feet to the outside edges of the mat. And then I'm coming down. My feet are still engaged with the mat. And this part of my arm is going to connect with my inside leg just above my knee. And then I've got my hands together into prayer. And when I push my palms together, that pushes my knees open. And then I'm just straightening up, straightening my spine. Moving around, seeing how I feel here. Of course, you can come up onto your toes if your heels don't touch the floor. And just hold it here. And then from here, we are going to take our hands down. And we're going to come into the crow. So spread your fingers. Bring your toes in. Your arms are going to be pushing outwards and your legs are going to be pushing inwards. And that is how you manage to balance, to come up into your crow. Of course, you can do one leg at a time. So that would just be here, bring up one. You're still engaging your abs. If you can do two, then do two. So we'll come off of that pose. And now let's just bring our feet in closer. Bring our hands into prayer. And if you can, and I do need you to be careful here of your knees if you've got knee problems, I just want you to come up, all the way up. Okay? So we're here. And now I've got a little challenge for you. So let's bring up the right leg and take hold of our shin. So we're standing up nice and strong. And we're here. If you can from here, take your two fingers, wrap it around your toe. Inhale, try and stand up as straight as you can and bring your foot out in front. Try not to tilt your hips up. Okay, my leg is still slightly bent. And then from here, I'm going to hold my leg up. Woo! Take in my hands to my hips. And I'm going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. So let's try the other leg. Now you might find you're completely different one side to the other. I know I am. So we always need to work on balancing the body. Everything in life is about balance. So if you find with another leg you can do better, don't. Try and keep it at the same level, otherwise you're always going to be unbalanced. So let's, first of all, let's bring up our left leg and we're holding on to our shin. And then we're taking the two fingers, we're wrapping it around the toes. Bring your knee into your chest so you're still nice and straight, and then try and stretch the leg out. Breathe in all the time. If you need to bring up your other hand for balance, that's fine. And then we're bringing the hands to the hips and we're holding it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow, I think I was counting a bit faster there. So let's just rock from side to side, maybe roll around the hips. And we are now going to come down to the mats and on to our bellies, and we're going to come into the locust pose. So what I want you to do, although we're working our backs, I don't want you to just be bending in the middle like a banana. If you can imagine stretching yourself, so when you lift your legs up, you need to stretch out to the wall and up. As same goes for your torso or your arms. If you've got your arms out, you want to stretch and then come up. So first of all, let's come with our hands next to our body, palms facing down. Engage the bottom, engage the thighs, inhale, and just come up. And like I say, just use your hands to steady you. And I'm pulling away to my wall with my feet and to my door with my head. So I'm not just bending in the middle, and I'm exhaling down. And then I'm going to bring my hands to the side. I'm going to inhale, and then I'm going to roll over to the side and staying up, coming over to the other side. Be careful of the neck. Don't take the shoulders back too much. Keep going. If you've had enough, just come off of the pose. And then bring your hands underneath your forehead. Just relax down and give your bottom a little rub around, a wobble. There we go. Okay. And now staying in this position, I want you to bring your feet closer together. Engage your bottom and just very gently push your pelvic floor sort of down and your pubic bone down to the mat. And then lift your legs off, so pulling away rather than just pulling up. And now just very gently start paddling the feet. Remember to breathe. And relax back down. Inhale, again, engage the abs, pelvic floor. And your pubic bone is nice and engaged with the mat. Lift the feet up, lifting away rather than just pulling up in the back. And paddle the feet. And relax back down. And then we're going to come up and back. Just hold it here. Come into dolphin pose. So dolphin pose, your elbows are wide, your hands are touching, and you need to just come up onto your toes. And you just sort of walk your feet in. This is a preparation pose for the headstand. So it's quite a strong pose for the shoulders. If you want to come into the headstand, then interlace your fingers, placing your forehead down to the mat. Your elbows are nice and strong, and the easiest way to do it is to just walk your feet up, taking one leg up, very gently, just coming up into the shoulder stand. So this is very strong on the shoulders. I'm not feeling anything in the head at all. It's all shoulder and back work.
And of course, when you've had enough, you come out of this pose very gently. Release the toes, take your bottom back to your feet, stretching the arms out in front to child's pose. And then if it feels good for you, come up onto the toes, stay in child's pose where your hands are stretched out and your forehead is on the mat. And then we're going to come up, taking our time, sit back on our heels. I've got my energising spray here, so I'll have some of that. Oh, it smells so good. Lovely. Oh, it's cooled me down. So I'm feeling hot and sweaty, and so a perfect pranayama breathing technique to finish with would be the cooling breath, which is called Sitala. So find your comfortable cross-legged position, or you can just sit on a bolster or on a cushion, and it's very simple. Just watch me for a second. So I'm going to roll our tongue like so. If you can't roll your tongue, you just make a little tiny circle with your mouth like that. So roll your tongue. You breathe in for a count of 4. So you get that sucking sound in, and then you close your mouth, and then you breathe out through the nose for a count of 8. And you'll find when you do this, as you're sucking in the air, it feels really cool, and that will cool your body down. So this is a great practice to do when you've had a quick, energising yoga practice where you've really used your muscles. So let's practice this together. 3 rounds. Sit with your hands on your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Let's curl the tongue, or equally just make a little circle with your mouth. And let's breathe in for 4. Close the mouth and breathe out through the nose for a count of 8. Again, curl the tongue. Close the mouth. Breathe out through the nose for a count of 8. One more time, curl the tongue. And now let's just close our eyes. Be mindful of our body. If you feel any tension, just breathe in and exhale all the tension. So again, guys, breathe in. Close your eyes if it feels good. Breathe in. And breathe out. And that is the end of our yoga practice. So I hope you enjoyed today's quick, energizing, muscle building yoga. There's so many forms of yoga, and for me, I just wake up and I know if I need to do a stretch, a full practice, I need muscle building, you know, there's so many ways to enjoy yoga. So I do hope you are going to come back and watch some more of my videos. If you are enjoying them, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you on the mat very soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.